News with coverage of the Permian Basin. You're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for streaming with us on this Monday morning. Glad to have you with us on Wake Up West Texas Extra to start off the work week. What a Monday it is. Lots of energy for some reason on this Monday. I don't know why.
You do. I don't.
I have a lot of energy. I've been up for a long time, and I still feel fantastic. We've had a good show. It's been nice getting back here on this Monday morning after a wonderful weekend of weather. It had something for everyone. You had Saturday, which was nice and rainy, read a book kind of weather. And then you had Sunday, which was beautiful, sunny outside, and pretty nice, I have to say, for this time of the year. So it was definitely feeling like springtime. The lawns of our West Texas homes really enjoyed it for sure. The grass is starting to green. The trees are blooming. It's definitely springtime. April showers definitely came through on Saturday. So glad to say over the weekend. And we could see some more. Sawyer McElroy, of course, you'll give us the forecast a little bit later on. But in the meantime, a reminder for you to download our app and take us with you wherever you go. You can watch us on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with us on your TV from 5 to 7 a.m. with Wake Up West Texas between Sawyer and I. And then join us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 a.m. every weekday morning on the First Alert 7 Facebook page where you're watching probably right now.
We have a lot of viewers right now. We have about 20 viewers.
Great to have you all this morning.
Thank you to everybody who's watching us.
Let us know where you're watching from. We want to hear from you. How was your weekend? Do anything interesting, exciting you want to share? Let us know. We're monitoring the comment section below. That's the best part of this kind of newscast. We can talk to you directly. Speaking of talking to you directly, we want West Texas to weigh in on our trivia question of this hour. Which animal never sleeps?
Interesting.
It is. Sloth, snake, shark, or bullfrog? All weird answers. All make sense.
I definitely don't feel like it's a sloth because I feel like the allure of sloths is that they're asleep all the time.
I have to omit myself because I put these together, so unfortunate.
Cheater.
But Lauren Munt is here, and so I'm curious to see what you think, Lauren. And Sawyer, you too. So go to firstalert7.com/vote, scan the QR code.
I feel like it's a bullfrog.
I don't think fish sleeps,
That's
so I think it's a shark.
That's a good answer, but we'll see. I need to just
This man
calm
has
down.
Matthew's not good at knowing the answer.
Anyway.
Yeah, they constantly do anything. I don't think they sleep.
I am not able, hold on, to vote. It says coming soon.
I should turn the poll on.
Matthew Alvarez can't vote.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sharks. You're right. Our producer said that's probably why they're so mean. They're grumpy.
Oh, I thought she was saying
From lack of sleep.
Our director was calling Matthew mean.
I was too. I was
yes. There we go.
From lack of sleep.
So let us know what you think. Go to firstalert7.com/vote. I have clicked open poll. Excuse me about that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I chose frog. I don't know.
My producer has got to train me on this.
Frogs are annoying.
It's funny because I trained him.
He very minimally. He just kind of took it and ran with it.
He now is a pro,
smart.
so
Yes.
he doesn't need me. So that's true. I need him.
I was say, but he's not here right now.
So Lauren is shark. Sawyer's bullfrog. Both very weird answers.
Well, it's not sloth.
Weird.
A snake
It's
makes
definitely not
sense.
sloth. I was gonna say snakes definitely sleep.
That's they like coil
But
up.
do they dream? I'm just kidding. Let's not get
That's
into all
not the
that
question.
now. That's not the question. That's a different poll question for a different day. Sawyer will give us the answer, and I guess I could, but that's not as fun. Sawyer will give us the answer in 1 hour.
I was gonna say it's
At 8
funny
a.m.
for
Did
me.
you draw a picture?
No.
Well, that's rude.
It probably won't be on a piece of paper either. He'll just let me know during break and be like, surprise.
Matthew,
I can't
you
draw
need to draw a picture.
I can't draw a.
wait.
Isis, can you
Miss
draw?
Carlos. Isis has left the
Oh,
building.
she has left. Oh, interesting.
I miss Carlos.
I guess we could. Let me call him
draws
in
us
to
pictures.
work.
Don't
Let me
call
call
him
him to
in.
come
He's
in.
asleep.
Call him in to draw us a
To
picture.
draw a picture and then he can go back. I'm just kidding. We won't do that, Carlos. We won't do that, even though I kind of want to. Next question. What is your least favorite holiday? We had our favorite holiday before. What's your least favorite?
Hold on. I'm confused.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
That's not the poll
I was gonna say
question.
that's literally like the third to last poll. You skipped the next one. And
The next
It's
one's
because
the
I didn't
rainy
feel like
weather.
going to the other one.
Oh.
Okay, fine. We'll do
Go
the
in
other one.
order.
Okay.
Do you enjoy rainy weather?
Yes.
I love rainy weather. I'm a big rainy weather guy because it's so rare in West Texas that when we get them, we need to really bask in it. Even though you do that in the sun normally.
I'm going to go with no, not really.
So Sawyer does not like rainy weather.
I mean, I do overall. It says, did you enjoy the rainy weather?
I'm specifically talking about Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, so I'm saying no, not really. because our threat for severe weather was there. So I and meteorologist Ethan Yost, he was working, but we were collaborating throughout the day, and I was like, yeah, I was watching radar most of the day. You know, my apartment also floods if it rains like a specific way, so I was, you know, keeping track of the flooding in my apartment. Plus, I have just like dirt in my backyard, so then it turns into mud when it rains, and I don't like that because then my dog tracks it in everywhere, and it makes me angry.
Let me tell you, I get that as well.
And I clean her off, but there's still like mud all over her paws. So I chose no, not really.
I bought a paw cleaner. It has like things to clean it. I bought it at like $5 Below, I think, or something like that.
Does it work?
No.
Exactly.
But I thought I'd just give it a shot. It does work a little bit, but it's not as good as you think it would be.
Sometimes if her like paws are really bad, I'll get like a popcorn bowl, which I literally only have one.
Oh.
Fill it up with warm water, and then kind of like the same concept, but then I'll dip her paws in it and kind of like rub her paws.
And then you make some popcorn and eat out of the bowl.
Well, I like disinfect the bowl and run it through the dishwasher. Yes.
It's definitely kind of weird. You mix your, well.
Do you guys not use, well, we're not going to go there.
I don't use my dishes for my dogs, but you know what? To each their own, Sawyer. Thank you for sharing. Sawyer is known for oversharing, by the way. Let me just state the obvious here.
I don't know. It's fine. Anyway.
And by the way, I've eaten out of that popcorn bowl probably.
It's clean, I promise.
It's disinfected with Dawn and all kinds of
Yes.
stuff. What is your least favorite holiday? St. Patty's Day?
Skipped it again.
Which one?
Would you prefer
a
bonus or extra vacation days?
Oh, that's my last one way down
No.
here.
It's literally like the next one on the website.
I guess because the website's different from the actual thing. I don't know.
Carlos
Usually
needs
isn't
to train
that,
you.
though.
Yeah, I say he does, yeah. What would you prefer? Would you prefer a bonus or extra vacation days? I would prefer a bonus.
Same.
Right now, I'm using my bonus, well, hopefully, to pay for my vacation.
Yeah,
So
that's what
I need the bonus.
Yeah, I need the
Sure,
bonuses
okay.
to pay for the vacations because I have a good enough amount of vacation time.
I
I thought she was about to say I have a good enough amount of money. I don't need.
No, I don't. No, I need money.
No, I need money to pay for the vacation.
My lifestyle does not
my time
accommodate
off
for
is
the amount of
pretty
money I make.
But yes, I need the money to pay for vacation.
Sure. I think most people will agree with that.
Yeah.
But some people, I think of people in my family who are capped at like 5 to 7 days a year vacation time.
That's
like
crazy.
I know people. Like we are kind of spoiled
We have
with
a
our
lot
vacation.
of vacation days.
I see.
Very
I know.
And it
but
rolls
some
over
people,
in the
Yeah.
new
yeah, and it
year.
doesn't roll over for them. Like
Wow.
I know this very well.
It's not. Well, I mean, we work a lot,
We do.
and so we get, and we don't get holidays off, and so that's why we get
It depends on your
all those
industry,
extra.
right?
Yeah,
sure.
we get all those extra vacation days because we don't get holidays off.
Holidays, weekends, nights. You know, it's one of those things. So now we can get to my question.
Yes, sorry.
What is your least favorite holiday? St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's Eve, or Day, Halloween, other, let us know. My least favorite holiday has got to be, out of all of these, probably Halloween.
Why?
I just don't like it. It's not for me. I don't like scary things.
Okay.
It means nothing to me. It's just nothing. It's just a holiday where I eat candy from J. Hendricks' bowl. Because he always brings wonderful candy.
He has candy year round.
That's true. Now he just does it year round. He used to just be
Yes.
there on Halloween, but now it's we expect it. He's trained us.
Speaking
trained.
of Jay, refill the bowl.
Jay,
Please and
refill.
thank you.
It's nicely refilled this time.
No, I was
it
gonna
is?
say
Oh,
there's
yes.
candy
Right now?
in there
Oh, yeah,
right
it's
now.
refilled.
Yeah, with
It was
Easter
low
candy.
last week.
Oh,
so
no,
it
it's
must have
full now.
refilled.
Yeah, it's full.
See?
Sawyer's going to be going
J.
there
Hendricks is
for a
great.
break.
I mean, who would have guessed,
Out of
right?
hang now, you guys.
But yeah, Valentine's Day I know is popular because, well, single people.
I chose Valentine's Day.
Because
Yes. I am single.
same.
I am not single, but it is my least favorite holiday because it's right by my birthday, and
And
so
it
it just kind of like usually like gets too close to my birthday, and so I prefer not to celebrate Valentine's Day because I'd rather just
your
like
birthday's what, the
do
16th, right?
the 18th,
18th.
and
it's
so
too
I
close.
just rather do something for my birthday than like spend a bunch on a fancy dinner. And so like my boyfriend and I usually do like we'll do like a trip, like a weekend trip, and it'll count for Valentine's Day and my birthday.
Which
and
y'all
we'll
did this
kinda
year.
combine.
Yeah, that's true.
New York.
That's great. Well, let us know what you think. Close second, got to be New Year's Eve.
I was going to say,
Close
it,
second.
That's my favorite
It's
holiday.
because we have dogs.
Oh,
My
that's my
dogs
favorite
can't
next
stand it. And I feel so bad for them. Next to
I love
I love
New
4th of
Year's
July
Eve.
just because I like the country a lot, obviously. So I can't say 4th of July, but that's the fireworks really get to me.
Really? I
And I
love
live in
New
the
Year's
county.
Eve.
Yeah, that's the thing is.
New Year's Eve is my absolute favorite holiday. Like, for sure.
Interesting.
It's like
Just
New
for the
Year's
party.
Eve. Yeah.
And
I
that's the
just
thing,
think it's fun.
I'm here.
Yeah, well, working. Or working at 3 a.m.
And I love champagne, so that's my
That's
other.
a good one.
New Year's Eve is a good holiday
That's a
for
good
that.
one.
No, definitely for me, it's like a very close tie between Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the 4th.
Because of the,
Mostly because of the fireworks, but I feel like there's a fly in here, and
it's very bad.
Right there.
Our producer was telling me on the air they had this during their show.
Oh, no.
The fly was bothering Jay Hendricks.
I've had that happen before, or fly in my mouth.
It has
or
been in here
something.
since last week.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's fixing to
It's
find
always
its
this time of
demise.
year when it starts to get kind of rainy and hot outside. The flies start coming in here.
Or
Yep,
gnats.
that's true. That's true. The gnats too. Let us know what you think. Those are all of our poll questions that I came up with this morning. And I'll remind you of our extra trivia in case you want to not look it up and just guess on it. Which animal never sleeps? A sloth, snake, shark, or bullfrog? Let us know. Go to first7.com/votes. Comment below. Let us know what the answer might be. Belinda says good morning to Sawyer and Matthew.
Good morning, Belinda.
She's commenting on, I'll bring up the question, Belinda, forgive me for not paying attention. Would you prefer a bonus or extra vacation days? She chose a bonus.
Yes, agreed.
On her least favorite holiday, she chose Valentine's Day.
Agreed.
And saying good morning to Tiffany McElroy.
Hi, Mom.
Good morning to you. So glad to have you with us this morning. To have all of you with us this morning, we're going to come back in just a few more minutes. We're going to be joined by a special guest being honored this morning, and we're going to be honored to have her here.
Yes.
Details on that and a lot more coming up here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
On April 13th, 1360, a freak hailstorm killed over 1,000 English soldiers in the middle of the 100 Years' War between England and France. In October of 1359, Edward III of England crossed the English Channel and into France with his army. By April 13th, he had pillaged the suburbs of Paris and was surrounding the town of Chartres. When night fell, a storm got going. Lightning, freezing rain, high winds, and huge hailstones pummeled the men and their horses. Tents were torn up, and soldiers fled in panic. It only took half an hour for the storm to claim the lives of 1,000 Englishmen and 6,000 of their horses. Edward III was convinced that the storm was a sign from God, and he quickly pursued peace with the French. So, as a result of the storm, the Treaty of Bretigny was signed on May 8, 1360, marking the end of the first phase of the 100 Years' War. Peace was short-lived, though. War broke out again only 9 years later.
The more you know. I like that.
We love a good medieval weather history.
It's pretty cool, actually. Very meteorological. Good to have you with us on this Monday morning. We are joined now by Lauren Munt, and we have Sawyer McElroy here as well, here at the desk. So glad to have you, Lauren, this morning. A very special morning for the First Alert 7 News team, but especially for you, because you have been honored by the Texas Broadcasters Association here in Texas, in our division, as Best Reporter of 2025. Congratulations, Lauren.
Thank y'all.
That's a big achievement. It is the top achievement, by the way, in the categories.
I'm so excited. I'm very honored. I was not expecting it. I didn't tell anyone that I was nominated.
You were nominated. We knew you were. That's one thing. We did know you were nominated.
You guys knew because you work here and you guys got the email saying I was nominated. I told no one.
No one else.
No one outside of work knew.
Which is kind of interesting.
I did not think I would get it. And so I told no one that I was nominated. I told no one that it was happening on Saturday. Like nobody
There's
knew.
an event where they announce the winners, by the way, over the weekend. Which you found out?
I told nobody that was happening. I called my boyfriend on Saturday and I was like, hey, so the TAB Awards were Saturday. He's like, oh, what happened? And I was like, oh, I got Reporter of the Year. And he was like, I didn't even know you were nominated. And I was like, I literally didn't tell. I think I told my mom.
And that's all.
That's it. I was like at my friend's house. When I got the news, our news director texted me and he was like, hey, Lauren, you're the Reporter of the Year. And I got the text and I told my friends, because I told nobody. And I was at my friends and I was like, guys, I just won the Reporter of the Year. And she was like, what? What? Nobody knew. No one knew that I was
Lauren
up for
wanted
it.
to continue not sharing this. I had to ask her to come on the show and do this today.
Yes.
She was like, well, I don't know.
I'm very, very honored. There were some incredible journalists in the running for this. And so I'm just honored and surprised, and incredibly.
I have to say, I told her, I said, I'm not really surprised. I got to see the process of putting everything together. I mean, it's been an incredible journey seeing you from an intern, myself, this perspective I have from an intern all the way up to our top reporter in the state of Texas in this division. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank
very
you.
well deserved.
Yes.
But again, not surprised. I told her, well, I'm not really surprised.
I'm, like I said, very, very, very excited, very honored, very grateful for all the viewers and all of the stories I've gotten to tell over the last year.
And very well deserved. No kidding about that. Belinda, by the way, says, good morning, Lauren, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tiffany McElroy says, congratulations, Lauren. So special.
Thank you guys so much. No, I couldn't have done it without the viewers of West Texas and the stories that I've gotten to share over the last year and the last 4 years since I've been here. I'm getting to share those stories and work on what I do and learn from so many amazing, talented journalists who are here at the station currently, who have left the station. Getting to soak up all that knowledge is what got me here. So I'm very excited.
And Lauren, I know for a fact, and I can speak for all of us in our team, but especially you, I know you don't do this for recognition like this, but at the same time, it is nice to show the hard work and get it be recognized by your peers and colleagues in the industry.
It definitely makes me feel like I'm doing my job well. It was not something that I feel like I do my job well. I feel like I tell stories well, and I feel like that's reflected in just the way that people respond to my stories and the way that our viewers respond to our stories. And that's really all I care about, is that our viewers care about the stories that I tell. Yeah. And so I've felt that support from the community, just by people seeing me at the grocery store and telling me that they love my stories, or people just saying that they love the stories that I tell. And that has been all the recognition that I've needed. But it's been nice to know that there's like not just there's a technical aspect to what I do, and the camera work and the storytelling and the script writing and the editing. All of that is something that like I know looks good to an untrained eye, but to know that a trained eye, these journalists who are the ones judging it,
and do the same kind of work.
the same kind of work 10 times better than me, by the way. Those judges, the fact that they saw that and recognized it does make me feel like I'm doing something right with my job.
Well, again, very well-deserved honor nonetheless. And we're so glad to have you here on the morning team to be able to share your talents with us every single morning. So very, very honored and glad to have you here as well. Tiffany McElroy has a question, though, before we go. Do you get an award or trophy?
Yes, I do. I get a plaque. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty maroon rectangular plaque.
Forgive me for not putting that picture in. I should have put that in.
I don't think we have it's like a blurry.
It's a little blurry. It's not the best photo, but it's
arriving today. Yes. It arrives here today, so I'm very, very excited.
We'll keep an eye on your Facebook page. You got to post a picture, Lauren, with
there will be.
You have to. It's obligatory at this point, but congratulations again. So glad to be able to have you here to talk about this incredible honor. Nora says, good morning, guys, and congratulations, Lauren, as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate y'all. I mean, like I said, it's been an honor to tell those stories, and it's been so exciting to get to transition to telling those stories in the morning show. I've spent 4 years of my career on the night shift and being there from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and getting to flip my schedule has been exhausting, but it's opened up a whole new world of stories that I've gotten to tell, and so I'm very grateful for that, and looking forward to next year's competition.
More stories to continue telling, including her series called Finding Family. This week, we've of course been over the last few weeks been highlighting those foster kids who are looking for a forever family and looking for finding family. But this week is a little different because you're touching on the Heart Gallery and the people who make those photos happen.
Yes, so the Heart Gallery of West Texas. The Heart Gallery is a national organization, but specifically the West Texas one. They display pictures all across West Texas. And these photos are of kids who are in need of families. They're kids in the foster system. I believe there's 465 children in the foster care system. So it's a lot of kids to take photographs of. So there's a whole network of photographers that are working to do that. And here's their stories.
Finding Family, brought to you by One Accord for Kids, with support from 210 Equipment Rentals.
Being in the Texas foster system, there's not always an opportunity to be photographed professionally. The goal of the Heart Gallery is to change that.
The photographs are really a person's first introduction to the kids, and so we want them to be something that somebody would notice and maybe take a second look and just understand what's going on.
Mary Catherine Wimberly is a photographer who volunteers with the Heart Gallery.
I bring them into my editing program, and really all I'm doing, I'm just kind of touching up, like if there's scratches or sometimes somebody's got breakfast still a little bit on their face. We want to show them in the best light possible, and so we're not changing anything that you couldn't wipe off with a napkin or that wouldn't clear up in a few days.
Although most of the time she's not actually taking the photos. That's because 60% of West Texas kids in the foster system are living in homes outside of our counties.
There's a certain level of removal from knowing who they are. I've never interacted with the majority of them, but I still have a heart for them, and so it's fun to just be able to kind of, from a distance, from somebody who's not interacting in their life, just be able to, ask the Lord to bless them and bring them a family.
So Mary Catherine relies on other volunteers to take the pictures. That way she can edit them and prepare them for a spot on the Heart Gallery walls.
And then they'll also have a profile with all of the information about them, what they like, what their hopes are, how long they've played soccer or whatever it is that they love.
There are so many kids with beautiful photographs posted on the Heart Gallery website, and every single one of them is looking for a family to open up their homes. You can learn more about all of those kids by searching firstalert7.com/findingfamily. Reporting in studio, Lauren Munt, First Alert 7 News.
Really good to see that being highlighted there. The photographers who donate their time and efforts to be able to putting this together. Fantastic. You can go to firstalert7.com, by the way, find the article to learn more about Finding Family and, of course, those involved in One Accord for Kids and also the Attic and, of course, the Heart Gallery of West Texas. Here in just a moment, though, we're going to take a quick break for a First Alert 7 news and weather update on this Monday morning. Again, we want to wish our congratulations to Lauren Munt on her award-winning efforts there. And of course, she's now named Reporter of the Year.
Awesome.
Top reporter. Pretty cool there. We'll be back with the news and weather update in just a moment. Stay with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 7:26 on this Monday morning. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy for a check of the forecast. Sawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Happy Monday. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. It is a touch muggy this morning, especially across the Permian Basin, with rain and storm chances sticking around as we head throughout most of this week. A touch warmer as well, those highs into the 80s and 90s. Here's a live look outside over the skies of Pecos as we do start off today. A really nice morning out there and a beautiful sunrise. Temperatures sitting anywhere from the 40s across those higher elevations to the upper 60s, 67 in Midland, 65 here in Odessa currently. And here's a look at those winds, anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. We are starting off today with a decent amount of cloud cover, but otherwise quiet conditions. And here's a look at those temperatures as we head throughout the day. They are going to be on the warm side into the 80s and a few 90s as well. 86 for Midland and Odessa, 80 for Marfa, 81 for Alpine, 90 for Presidio. It is going to be a touch breezy as we continue through the day with those winds anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles per hour, gusts anywhere from about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Isolated strong severe storms will be possible for these areas highlighted in dark green coming up later today, especially across those eastern portions of the Permian Basin where large hail, strong winds, and even a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. Not everybody is going to see rain, and not every storm is going to be severe, but if they do go severe, we could see those threats. Coming up tonight, lows into the 40s, 50s, and 60s as we head into Tuesday. 63 for Midland, 62 for Odessa, and still a touch breezy. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast where we are going to see more of the same as we head into Tuesday. A couple of cold fronts this week, looking to cool things down coming up, especially by this weekend.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We have a crime alert in Odessa now where police are looking for a suspect involved in a hit and run. Officials say this is the vehicle they're working to track down. It is a Chevrolet Traverse. The hit and run happened on Friday afternoon at around 5:15 in the area of West 23rd and Kerbin Highway. Investigators say that the SUV hit a motorcycle, causing the rider to be thrown from the bike. The driver of the SUV took off and was last seen heading northwest on Kerbin Highway. If you have any information about the SUV or driver, call Odessa Crime Stoppers at 333-8477. We're also tracking crime in Odessa, where another woman has been arrested in a fentanyl-related death case that we first told you about last Monday. 40-year-old Nicole Jones here is charged with murder for the death of 25-year-old Dayton Lynn. On January 27th, officers found Lynn dead at a home on Eisenhower Road from fentanyl poisoning. This is the second time Jones has been charged with murder. According to police, we were your first alert when 36-year-old Shelby Elder was charged with murder for Dayton Lynn's death. Elder told police that she was just the middleman in this case. For the latest news, log on to firstalert7.com, and we'll be back in another half an hour for another check of the news and weather. Keep it right here on First Alert 7. Time now, 7:32. Welcome back to Wake Up West Texas Extra. Hopefully your day's off to a great start. Checking on the comments section. Marilyn says, congratulations to you, Lauren. You are great. Celebrating her win as the best reporter in the state of Texas in our division there. Very excited for the year 2025. Sawyer's got the Ritz Bits.
I literally had like food in my mouth when we came back on air. I'm sorry.
I did too. I was snacking on a Reese's
peanut butter egg.
Peanut butter egg. That's what it was. Thank you. News across the nation now. Giant warehouses are popping up everywhere. And what's inside could impact not just how much you pay for power, but whether your lights actually stay on. Those warehouses are home to data centers that drain huge amounts of energy.
Senior national investigative reporter Josie Sturman discovered they can be built under a cloak of secrecy, with customers left paying the bills.
When Ari Govani Young bought her house about 45 minutes outside D.C., she was looking for an escape.
We had a beautiful view of a field with trees. A lot of nights you'd see different animals walking through, so it was pretty much our little oasis.
A piece of lush paradise in suburban Virginia that has since been transformed into a concrete jungle.
And when you look at it, what do you think about this place?
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely atrocious.
A cement shadow rising to the sky just 200 feet from her balcony. What she and other neighbors were originally told would be a retail center with restaurants and shops they could walk to was later zoned for and turned into something they can't even stand.
Unfortunately, our community was the guinea pig. We were the test subject to see, can we build a data center this close to a community? And yes, you can.
Data centers are essentially warehouses filled with computer processors, servers, and equipment. They can be used for cloud computing and storage, the machines that make it possible to hold on to your old email and pictures. Lately, they've also become a hub for artificial intelligence. That's the kind of technology that simulates human learning. Things like using ChatGPT to tell you the meaning of life, write you a love song, or track down scientific studies. These data centers are changing our world and our landscape as companies like Amazon, Google, and Meta invest in AI across America.
Data centers are vital to enabling critical and emerging technologies like AI that are essential to U.S. national security, our global competitiveness, and economic prosperity.
The competition is a power struggle, not just to dominate the AI industry globally, but also to provide the energy needed to physically fuel data centers here at home.
I spoke with Microsoft. The Microsoft data centers, not all, but some Microsoft data centers can use as much power as the city of Seattle.
And it's cities and towns nationwide that are dealing with the consequences and concerns attached to these concrete giants. As massive data centers begin a physical takeover of some communities, there's also unease about the pain customers may feel in their pocketbook when it comes to supporting these facilities from Georgia to Nebraska.
The concern here that data centers could put a drain on much needed resources or can impact power and water bills.
They have multiple data centers and they're seeing skyrocketing electric rates.
That to me should be setting off alarm bells.
It's something Tyson Slocum has been warning about.
Big tech wants to see someone else pick up the tab for all this expensive infrastructure, and utilities are happy to accommodate by building the infrastructure and then billing all consumers within the service territory for that infrastructure.
Slocum, an energy expert with the nonprofit consumer advocacy group Public Citizen, testified to Congress in April about the impacts of the rapid expansion of AI data centers nationwide.
When you're asking working families to pay higher electric rates so that more infrastructure can be built to serve billionaire-controlled tech companies, that's a problem.
Although industry leaders say they're committed to paying the full cost of service for the energy they use, experts dispute that. And many people don't even know the behemoths that could impact their power bill are even being built.
I don't understand why that should be a secret, right? If someone wants to come build something, they should be proud and be willing to come at the very first opportunity in front of your community.
But many people are being kept in the dark about the development of data centers in their backyard, with non-disclosure agreements used as the projects get off the ground. Some companies are requiring local governments to keep the details secret until certain water and power deals are locked, and it's happening across the nation. Our national investigative team sent public information requests to dozens of communities in all 50 states, asking for copies of any NDAs signed as part of data center development. We discovered some extend for years, even if nothing is ever approved, and that both parties have to agree not to share information about the project's location or details. One we obtained from Virginia never even mentions the phrase data center, instead referring vaguely only to development. Another in Indiana covered a project that could span as many as 400 acres. And 2 NDAs we got from Texas warn that leaks could lead to legal action, with one setting a 5-year confidentiality period. That's long enough for a project to be planned, approved, and potentially built without full public scrutiny.
We've heard directly from folks that very often, under the terms of the NDA, the big tech companies reach a tentative agreement with local officials, and then the local officials say, okay, now we go to the public. But by then, it's a done deal. 99% of all of the details have been negotiated in private between big tech's lawyers and the local officials. And by the time you've got a public hearing, the presentation is, here's the deal that's on the table. Take it or leave it.
We asked 6 of the nation's biggest data center companies about the use of NDAs and other issues. Only 2 and a national lobbying group responded. The Data Center Coalition, a trade organization, says NDAs protect company-specific information, details they might be hesitant to share given the competition. And Meta told our team that maintaining confidentiality increases the speed and efficiency of projects, pointing out that sometimes they choose not to move forward, so these agreements keep them from pulling communities through the ups and downs of the process. Still, this development can happen under a veil of secrecy, even though the projects may put a substantial strain on individual customers and the nation's power grid as a whole.
The data centers and the load growth associated with that has just put a heightened sense of urgency into a number of things we've been concerned about anyway.
Jim Robb is the president and CEO of the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, or NERC. That's the regulatory group in charge of ensuring the security and reliability of our power grid, something that's being tested as more and more data centers come online.
It's a very daunting challenge for the country.
A test of grid reliability that has already exposed serious problems. An April presentation to federal regulators obtained by our team highlights 2 major incidents in Virginia. One of them, a near miss last summer, involves 60 data centers that simultaneously dropped off the grid. As a result, a huge amount of electricity on the grid suddenly had nowhere to go. Experts say it's like having a large nuclear power plant come online immediately and unexpectedly, creating a massive energy imbalance that could have led to blackouts.
The close calls are very concerning. And if they come off the grid in ways that we don't understand, can't predict, and can't manage, they can introduce oscillations in the grid, instability, which can eventually start to impact people's ability to use power in their homes.
Because what this comes down to is if one of these data centers or multiple data centers go offline suddenly, that's going to have a ripple effect that is going to impact Joe Consumer that has absolutely nothing to do with the data center.
It absolutely could, right? And that's one of the reasons we want to make sure that they're well understood, well modeled, and well controlled.
Consumer advocates say that's why there should be more regulation and more tools to respond. Until that happens, the data center industry, utilities, and communities all agree there needs to be more study, more collaboration, and more communication.
A lot of the community didn't even know that this was happening because, again, they send out a mailing or they'll post a little sign, little tiny sign at the front that there's a public hearing coming up, and you're going, okay, cool, whatever, I don't know what this is.
Back in what they call Virginia's Data Center Alley, people like Ari Gavani-Young say developers need to do more to break down the walls of secrecy before they start physically building foundations.
What's your message to anyone who hears that there is the potential for a data center to pop up in their community?
Get your community on board, get to the meetings, be a voice, be an advocate for your community. That's all we can do.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with us. 7:45 already on this Monday.
Crazy.
This
Doesn't feel
morning
like it.
is flying by for sure. We want to remind you of our extra trivia of this hour, which is, which animal never sleeps? A sloth, snake, shark, or a bullfrog? 60% are saying a shark, which, that makes sense. Bullfrog does too. Snake.
I don't know. I feel like frogs
Sloth.
are always up. I mean, obviously they could be nocturnal, I guess.
Ribbit.
But I was going to say, I feel like they're always up.
Ribbit.
Like, in the middle of the night. Wait, do we have frogs out here?
Oh, yes.
never
Definitely
seen
do.
one.
I have quite a bit of frogs every time. When it rains, like this last Saturday I did not get any, but when it rains you'll see them pop up.
Interesting. I've never seen or heard one out here.
Yes, I
In
definitely.
Minnesota, we had them a lot.
Mhm.
And they were like big.
It's
like
got to be
toads.
certain conditions. Lauren, you probably had them growing up. You'd see the frogs pop out when it rained. It's very common in West Texas.
Tarantulas,
The horned toads.
the horny toads, they all pop out whenever it rains. Living on the ranch, it was really bad. They were everywhere.
Along with snakes and stuff. I've actually never seen a snake though.
Interesting.
Really?
Watch till I go home. But yes,
Probably not today. It's still too
it's
rainy
too,
out here. Yeah.
it's not quite the conditions. But keep in mind that is something this time of the year you got to keep an eye on. Sawyer will let us know what the answer is in 15 minutes here on the show. What is the next question in the order of things? Let me look on the poll. Let me go to firstalert7.com/vote.
Oh, I can tell you. Hold on.
Yes, thank you.
It is, did you enjoy the rainy weather?
Takes us to our next question. I guess that makes sense. I guess I did that on purpose at one point.
Yes, it would
I
make
just,
sense.
they didn't go in here, the right order. Did you enjoy the rainy weather on Saturday is what I'm specifically mentioning, obviously. I said, yes, I loved it. It was really nice, change of pace. I enjoyed that it was not severe at all, at least for Midland, Odessa. There were a couple of warnings I saw down
I was
south.
gonna say not for
towards
us,
the Big
but other
Bend.
people had severe weather and flash flood warnings as well.
We did see a few of those as well. So that was really nice as well. So hopefully we see some more of that as we go through the rest of the forecast. We'll find out in the next 10 minutes on the First Alert 7 News and Weather Update coming up in just a moment. What's the next one?
The next one is, would you prefer a bonus or extra vacation days?
That's a good question. I think most people, we have vacation coming on the board here.
Interesting. I would like to know why.
Maybe it's kind of like the situation I was mentioning. Like a lot of people, many businesses just they give you
don't
a
have
week.
a ton of time off.
And imagine if you need a funeral comes up out of town and stuff like that. And you kind of, wow, I can't take a vacation now until next year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You get bereavement.
It's
I
the
was gonna say,
reality.
at funeral, yeah, you usually get bereavement. However,
Well, no, it's got to be immediate family.
I was gonna say ours,
That's true.
we only get like 3 days, and it has to be immediate family.
Has to be like very immediate family. Something else, let us know what you think. Comment below on the First Alert 7 Facebook page or where you're watching now. Yeah, I'd probably go with bonus though.
Yeah, I chose bonus.
We
as
like the
well.
dollar signs.
I want more money
Yes. Who doesn't,
in
right?
general
In
Yeah.
general.
for life.
What is your least favorite holiday? St. Patty's Day, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Let us know what it is. There's plenty of other holidays I didn't put on this list. I mean, Thanksgiving's not on here.
Oh.
That's probably my least
Sure.
favorite holiday.
Your least favorite?
Thanksgiving.
Really?
I don't
Food?
like Thanksgiving foods very much. I love the chance to spend the time with my family. I like I like that aspect of it.
Do you like ham or turkey?
Neither.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I don't like ham or turkey.
How did I not know that?
Yeah,
What
I
do you
don't
guys
like.
eat then?
We eat chicken because my mom doesn't like it either. So we do
My
Cornish
dad does
game hens.
chicken.
So
I like chicken.
I like the way that my family does Thanksgiving, but like a traditional Thanksgiving is probably my least favorite.
Are y'all a brisket too? Like maybe
No,
a
we
brisket?
do Cornish game hen and like smoked sausage. So like we smoke the Cornish game hen, and we'll do. I mean, I like mashed potatoes and
I generally don't know what that is, by the
gravy
way.
and stuffing. But a Cornish game hen, it's like mini individual chickens. They look like little baby rotisserie
You know when
chickens.
you go to medieval times?
Yes, and they give you the whole chicken.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
And so we do that for Thanksgiving, and we'll go see my family down in East Texas, and we'll do Cornish game hens, or we'll do those kinds of things. But I just don't like turkey or ham. So I'm not a Thanksgiving foods person, and I don't love green bean casserole. I don't love
really.
I don't love cornbread. I'm not a Thanksgiving food person. I like mashed potatoes and gravy.
What do y'all do
and
for
stuffing.
Christmas?
Christmas we have prime rib.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
prime
So we
rib.
do brisket.
Or roast.
And Christmas Eve we do.
Do you like cornbread?
I love cornbread.
I
She just said no.
I don't.
Oh, you I didn't hear that. Oh, okay.
No.
Really?
what is the sweet cornbread?
Cornbread casserole?
No.
Honey cornbread?
No. They have it at that restaurant that I like in Odessa. It's called...
It could be anything.
It's called... It's like... It's like... What's it called? I don't know. It's
You're
like
giving me
sweet.
a lot of anxiety.
It's like sweet. And it's like...
bread?
It's cornbread, but it's sweet. It tastes like cake.
It has
That'd be
to have
cornbread.
honey in it.
And it's
yeah.
like...
cornbread.
Maybe it is honey.
I
They make it at Campo Azul. That's the restaurant. They have it there, and they have it's the only cornbread that I like.
And they didn't have the one time we went.
No, they didn't have it the one time we went, and I was so upset.
I remember.
Very intrigued.
But it's like a sweet cornbread, and it basically just tastes like cake. And
Which to me, I mean, at least when I've made it, it's just honey.
Yeah,
it's just
probably honey because I don't.
But like most cornbread's like not like that. It's like sticky.
Texas cornbread is it's very dry. It's much drier.
Texas cornbread is dry. It has like jalapenos in it and like peppers.
That's what
and
my
stuff.
dad loves. I don't. I like the sweet, sticky cornbread.
Yes.
Buttery.
I was gonna say I lather my cornbread in butter and honey. Like,
oh yes.
It has to be like.
Someone on Facebook looking for it. I'm like going deep dive trying to find the name of it. They refer to it as sweet Mexican cornbread. That's exactly. I eat it at like Mexican restaurants. It's the only like
it's just some honey.
place I've been able to get it.
There might be something else to it, but as far as I know, it's honey. I make a cornbread casserole, which involves putting sour cream, cream corn. It's very creamy, but it actually turns into a dense outer exterior, very gooey interior.
Interesting.
You may not like the texture because you are a texture person.
I am a texture person. I don't like.
Have I brought you some?
No.
I have not. Okay. No. I got to remind me this year to do that. I'm surprised I haven't.
I'm never here for Thanksgiving.
That's why, because I remember I brought some to work.
No, I'm never here for Thanksgiving.
Okay. Oh, and I work evenings.
And you do work
well,
evenings.
Not this Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving, I guess, because I do my Black Friday show.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've just missed you every time. Okay, I'll have to get you some.
Sorry, I go home.
We just had some for Easter too. We do Thanksgiving, same meal for Easter.
For Easter?
We did ham, cornbread, green bean casserole.
Interesting.
Whole thing.
My family.
We did pork roast for
Easter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Well, it's very weird. I wasn't obviously there, but they were going to do chicken and noodles.
For Easter?
For Easter. Because most people were gone. People were out of town, working, whatever. But my grandmother went overboard and was like, let me buy a roast too. And it was like a 3-pound roast that could have fed everyone and their mother down the street. Like,
wow.
She does that. She goes overboard. For like Thanksgiving, she buys like 7 pies.
The portions are just too much. And you have pies for weeks.
Oh, you know what we had pie-wise? HEB has a new pie. Ooh, we got to bring it. It is a key lime pie with the sweet Caroline blackberries.
Oh.
It's bomb. We had it for Easter.
That.
It was so good.
Tiffany McElroy chiming in, saying we did, but ...
Ooh, I'm wondering what the...
But?
And...
Yes, mother.
Do you see it? It's the sweet oh.
That looks
we
good.
Should get that.
A little bit of powdered sugar on top.
Tomorrow. Yes. And so it's like, no, I don't like key lime pie. This is like, it's not like
you
a
said
normal.
It's like blackberry, right?
Yes.
It kind of brings the tartness
yes,
into it.
It is. Have you had the sweet Caroline blackberries? They are so
I've never known.
good. They're like massive blackberries. And they are sweet. Now. Oh, they're so, ooh, okay, I'm getting it for us tomorrow.
Well, I think we're celebrating something tomorrow, so that'd be nice.
Oh, for Mary's birthday.
Yes. And
we'll have muffins and key lime pie.
Sounds good to me.
So random, but okay.
Why not? We did not get an answer on that. We'll come back to that because now it's time for our First Alert 7 News and Weather Update in just a couple of minutes here. We're so glad to have you with us this morning. We're having a good time discussing lots of food. I didn't know Lauren didn't like Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
I don't know how I didn't know that.
That is odd.
It's kind of actually shameful. If you
I know, I was like, we're all judging her. Like,
it's just so unusual.
I like mashed potatoes and gravy, and I like stuffing.
You do like stuffing? Do you call it stuffing too?
Yes, I call it stuffing.
Call it dressing.
And I'm very particular about it. I like cranberry sauce, But it's the cranberry sauce, the homemade cranberry sauce. I don't do the canned.
I always do the canned.
No, I don't do the canned.
I would say that's funny because my family is the opposite. No. They don't like the homemade where it's like.
I actually don't know if I've ever had canned cranberry. My dad always, because my dad's a chef.
He's a chef,
always
Why
makes
would he? Right.
homemade cranberry sauce. It's like the only, like we get it every single.
We've had the homemade one before, but no, all of our family loves just
I
the can.
like the texture of it.
I didn't know that it was a thing to do the canned cranberry sauce. I thought everyone just made their cranberry sauce.
Tina McElroy says, my sister wanted a roast, so my mom made that too.
Oh.
And then said, I have those blackberries in my fridge right now.
The sweet Caroline blackberries, they're like trending. They've just all of a sudden popped up everywhere, and they're so good.
All right, well, good to know. We have another entire hour of Wake Up West Texas Extra coming up in just a moment. We have the answer to the trivia question. All that and more coming up after this brief news and weather update for our TV viewers on First Alert 7. Follow our Facebook pages and make it a great Monday. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, one time now is 7:56. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy for a check of the forecast. Sawyer, how's it looking outside?
Yeah, it is a little bit muggy as we do start off our day. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. Rain and storm chances also do stick around throughout the majority of this week. A touch warmer with those temperatures into the 80s and 90s, especially coming up throughout the work week. Here's a look outside over the skies of Pecos this morning. Nice start to the day. Traffic moving along nicely there on I-20. Temperatures ranging anywhere from the 40s to the 70s, 67 in Midland, 66 here in Odessa, and winds anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. We are hanging on to some clouds, but otherwise quiet conditions across the region this morning. And temperatures, like I mentioned, are going to warm into the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. 86 for Midland and Odessa today, 89 for Pecos, 94 Presidio. Going to remain a touch breezy as we continue throughout our Monday with those winds anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles per hour, wind gusts anywhere from about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Isolated strong severe storms will be possible for those areas highlighted in dark green, especially across eastern portions of our region, where large hail, strong winds, and even a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. But the largest threat for today does look to be large hail. Coming up tonight, still breezy, lows into the 40s, 50s, and 60s as we continue into our Tuesday. Here's a look at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast. More of the same as we head into tomorrow. Very similar conditions overall, but slightly better rain chances and the threat for severe weather as well. Then a cold front on Wednesday. Another cold front will pass through the area coming up on Friday, cooling things down as we head into the weekend and keeping some slight storm chances in the forecast throughout the majority of the week as well.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We're going to be in tracking crime in Midland, where a man is facing federal firearm charges after he was found with a handgun converted into a fully automatic weapon. The Texas Anti-Gang Center served the warrant on South County Road 1199 near South Garfield. Officials saying the 33-year-old Alberto Montelongo here had a device on the gun called a Glock switch, which turns the pistol into an automatic weapon, which is against federal law. Montelongo is facing federal firearm charges. Now to your first alert out of Midland, where 6 people have been displaced after a pickup truck crashed into a building early Sunday. It's a home. Here's a look at the scene from the Midland Fire Department. Officials saying they were called to the 3300 block of Whittle Way in northwest Midland. No injuries were reported in the accident, but again, 6 people were displaced. The American Red Cross has been notified and is helping those affected. In Gaines County, a deadly crash claimed the life of one person Saturday night. Texas DPS saying a 44-year-old Jacob Tykerobe was driving east on County Road 116, about 15 miles northeast of Seminole, when his car veered onto the shoulder into a cotton field and rolled over. He was pronounced dead at a hospital nearby. And we'll have another check of the news and weather on this Monday, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on First Alert 7.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with us on this Monday morning. So glad to have you with us this morning as we're continuing on 8:02 on this Monday. I've said Monday 8 times in a row.
How many times?
Monday,
did
Monday,
you just
Monday.
say Monday.
I'm trying to make it's like it's hard to get through, so it's better you just say it. Say it with me, Monday. Thank you all very much for following along at home. Glad to have you with us. Take us with you wherever you go. You can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel. So glad to be streaming with you this morning on Facebook and YouTube. We've had so many viewers commenting below where they're watching from. Also just kind of interacting with our conversations as well, which, speaking of interacting, we want you to weigh in. Here's our trivia question of the last hour. That's not the trivia question of the last hour. Let me see. Our director brought it up a little prematurely. Let me see. I'm just kidding. Which animal never sleeps? Sloth, snake, shark, or bullfrog? 60% saying shark, bullfrog, 40% of the vote. Sawyer has the answer for us.
I do not actually.
It's a bullfrog.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Really?
No, it's not.
I was,
No, it's not.
Hold on.
Sawyer's going to look it up. No one believes
Sawyer's
me, though
going to
I put the
Google.
poll in.
What
Fair.
animals animals
I may have forgotten.
don't sleep?
It's a shark.
I don't think it is actually. I don't think it is a shark.
It's not. It's a bullfrog.
It is a bullfrog is on here. A dolphin and orca don't sleep. Technically, they exhibit unhemispheric sleep, or not unihemispheric sleep, where one half of the brain remains active while the other rests. This allows them to swim, surface for air, and stay alert to predators even while sleeping. However, yes, amphibians on here are bullfrogs. They have been observed to remain awake for extended periods, showing no typical sleep behavior. They stay alert day and night, responding to stimuli without entering a dormant state.
So bullfrogs is the answer.
Yay, I got it right.
Good job, Sawyer.
Woo-hoo.
Very nice. Our next trivia question of this hour: how do the stitches on a baseball affect it? Better for grip, faster speed, easier for the batter to see, or no effect at all? This is some knowledge here. The stitches on a baseball, how does it affect it? I'm going to go with nothing because I know the answer.
So I played softball for 15 years, as most of you know.
Yes.
I was also a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I chose better for grip because with softball, you use the stitches to use different, or like to compose different pitches.
Okay.
So it depends on like how you grip the ball. Is whether or not
It determines how you
have
pitch
a fastball.
it.
It determines. I mean, it depends on like the
A
flick of the
curve?
wrist as well. Flick of the wrist is like how you do a change up. You can also do like a drop ball, a curve ball, rise ball, and those kind of deal with the grip. So I chose grip.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's for faster speed. If anything, the
Drag on it?
I would say, yeah, it would be less aerodynamic. I mean, I guess it would make the, no, I was going to say it would be easier for the batter to see, but you can't see it at all anyway. So I chose better for grip.
Lauren, what do you choose?
I'm actually torn because I actually am pretty sure it's something to do with velocity. It has something to do with the, but I think the problem is I'm pretty sure it's both. I'm pretty sure it's grip and velocity, which is why I'm confused because I'm pretty sure that the grip, like the grip allows for the velocity, if that makes sense.
Not at all.
The different pitches, like because there's the different like pitches that
the way you grip it.
The way you grip it and like the way you, because softball I like don't believe has the different like grips like a baseball grip would.
Some of them do, most of them don't. It depends mostly how you flick the wrist to.
More than the grabbing of the ball.
To release the ball as opposed to like how you grip the ball.
Whereas baseball, it's like you have like your two seam, you have you have the knuckle, and like they each have to do with the seams and like how you're gripping it, but how you grip it changes the velocity.
So it could be either one.
That's why I'm
Tough question.
Well,
Sawyer will let us know what the answer is coming up at
Lauren can let us know.
9 o'clock.
She'll be here.
As well, yes. So let us know what you think going to firstalert7.com/vote, scan the QR code, and comment below what you think the answer is. Our next question of the morning
Rainy weather.
is, did you enjoy the rainy weather that we had on Saturday? Yes, you loved it. No, not really, or don't really care. Either way is good for you.
I chose no, not really. I do like rainy weather usually, but I was kind of keeping an eye on things with Ethan. So I was preoccupied with making sure there wasn't death and destruction.
Yep, that's always good.
Yes.
Last thing we want. For sure.
If it's just like a rainy day and a gloomy day, I like it. Especially like on the weekends, because I like to just like hang out, watch a movie, put on, especially like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a good.
It works with
rainy
that
day
kind of movie.
Yes.
That is good. All right. Yes, I want to say I enjoyed it. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed the weather. Had a great time. Luckily, it didn't impact events too heavily for the most part, by and large.
I was going to say that was a worry that we had, especially with so many outdoor things on Saturday.
There was a lot going on.
But luckily, it wasn't too bad. We kind of missed out on a lot of the rainfall here in our area. We did pick up about 0.2 of an inch at Midland. No, Odessa's airport, Midland International.
Schleitmeyer.
Like little over a tenth. But some areas, like McCamey, got like
I never measured my rainfall.
1.5 inches. So, because like the bulk of our rainfall stayed south of I-20. Sadly, I was hoping it would move.
Okay, let me check my totals.
Okay.
For Saturday, is that right? Let's see.
I was saying it didn't rain yesterday, so.
What's the date on that?
11. 11.
Okay, I measured. Zoom back in. 1/4 of an inch. That is quite a lot.
I mean,
in relative terms.
I would say not really, but for Odessa, yes.
1/4 of an inch, pretty significant, I guess. And that's for the entire day.
Okay.
So that's drizzle and all.
Yeah, like I said.
Not all at one time.
Odessa's airport got, let me look. National Weather Service, Midland. Sorry, I'm singing, y'all. My bad. Well, they posted it the other day. Of course, it's gone. Well, never mind. That will be something to look up later. Anyway, next one. What did you prefer, a bonus or extra vacation days? I think all of us here at First and 7 said bonus.
We like a bonus.
Yes, we want money to go on the vacation.
We like that bonus for sure. More vacation, always a nice thing as well. But, you know, there's, like I was saying, there's some companies, some businesses, sometimes even think about it, I mean, even contracted workers, those, especially in the oil and gas industry, a lot of them are contractors. They kind of make their own schedule and they don't really get paid vacations. Rough. So, you know, maybe that's what I should have been clarifying on. These are paid vacations. And that's, you know, kind of a luxury, especially in the oil and gas industry. So kind of something to keep in mind. So
we get a decent amount. However, the bad news about like us is that any time off is like lumped into one. So like if you're sick.
Sure, yeah.
If, you know, you have an appointment, whatever. It's all, if you're going out of town, lumped into one.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So.
But at the same time, we have a very generous PTO schedule.
It's good, however.
It is good. All right, and our final question.
What is your least favorite holiday? I went with Valentine's Day. Yeah, it has no purpose for me. Really ever. But, I mean, it would, like I've talked about even on Valentine's Day, it was nice when I was younger because my dad would at least give me a little card, a flower.
That's nice.
Box of chocolates.
I've never enjoyed it. My parents are the same way. We kind of just grew up not liking Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's just like a normal day.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny, my friend asked me, she's like, oh, what'd you do? Like, nothing. Saturday, laundry, like it's a Saturday.
Cosette is my Valentine.
I guess.
I'm with you, Tori, though, for sure. That's probably my least favorite. Next to Halloween. Halloween's probably my number one. Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve.
I was going to say, it's like a three-way tie between Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve / New Year's Day, and the 4th. Because even with the 4th, I never am like, well, okay.
I do like the 4th. I just like the events I guess I get to do around that time of the year. There's a lot of patriotic events I get to go to.
I was going to say, I've never been to anything out here. I've never been to Pops in the Park.
There's some
I've never been
pretty
to
fun events to go to.
Star Spangled Salute.
Star Spangled Salute.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. I think of the Firecracker Fandango. awesome event I've gone to my entire life. Pretty cool. So let us know what you think. Again, you can comment below. Gladys says Halloween. I'm with you there, Gladys. For sure.
I like Halloween. It's definitely not my favorite holiday, for sure, but I like to
dress up.
Well, no, I don't really dress up.
Oh, you know what? But your place, you know what? Where your Halloween made it fun. That was the funnest Halloween I've had in a long time.
It was fun.
I will agree. And Gladys says I do not like Halloween at all. She's doubling down on that.
I like to hand out candy. It's always fun.
All caps.
Wow. Vibes. I like to hand out candy. And yeah, like where I live with my apartment complex, all my neighbors are really cool, so they go all out. But yeah, I've never been to like a Halloween party. I've never.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I like the Halloween parties.
I haven't dressed up in a while. Like I don't do costumes. Like I'll wear like a Halloween-ish shirt with like the Sanderson sisters or something on it, but nothing really.
Okay, very interesting. Well, let us know what you think. Again, we're going to come back in just a few minutes. We're going to be joined by a very special guest. We're going to be honored by her presence as she has been honored. We'll talk about that in just a moment here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Stay with us.
On April 13th, 1360, a freak hailstorm killed over 1,000 English soldiers in the middle of the 100 Years' War between England and France. In October of 1359, Edward III of England crossed the English Channel and into France with his army. By April 13th, he had pillaged the suburbs of Paris and was surrounding the town of Chartres. When night fell, a storm got going. Lightning, freezing rain, high winds, and huge hailstones pummeled the men and their horses. Tents were torn up, and soldiers fled in panic. It only took half an hour for the storm to claim the lives of 1,000 Englishmen and 6,000 of their horses. Edward III was convinced that the storm was a sign from God, and he quickly pursued peace with the French. So, as a result of the storm, the Treaty of Bretigny was signed on May 8, 1360, marking the end of the first phase of the 100 Years' War. Peace was short-lived, though. War broke out again only 9 years later.
$8:20 on a Monday morning. Good to have you with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Thank you for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from, streaming live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel as well. We're joined now by Lauren Munt here at the table. Welcome, Lauren. Good to have you here this morning. It's a very special morning because we are celebrating your achievement as being named the Texas Broadcasters Association 2025 Reporter of the Year for our division here. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Very, very excited. Very glad for you. I can't say I'm very surprised. Your talents, your hard work has really paid off here for this very special award.
Thank you. I can say that I'm very surprised. I was not expecting it. We talked about this in the first hour. I didn't tell anybody. I mean, you guys knew because you work here and you guys got the email saying that I was nominated. But if you didn't work here, I didn't tell anybody. Like, I told my mom, and that was about
it. We've known for, what, a month and a half that you were nominated?
Roughly about a month? Early February.
Early February.
So we've been waiting quite some time. And it's a really big achievement. Just to start this on, this is the top reporter award in Texas, and of course in our division specifically, going up against other talented individuals. Tough competition.
Which is why I did not think that I was going to win it, because I did stalk the reporters that I was up against, and they're incredibly talented, and any one of them could have absolutely beaten me for this award. Absolutely. So I was very shocked, but I'm very appreciative.
Chad says congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And again, I mean, it's really incredible, your journey from an intern to our top reporter here at First Alert 7. We're so glad to be able for you to lead the way here and be here on the morning show each and every weekday morning here on Wake Up West Texas. Very glad to have your talents here. But your storytelling, I mean, it's something that you don't work for the awards and the recognition in that manner. You're here working for West Texans on their behalf, telling their stories. Awards are something that kind of come along with it.
Well, that's because I am a West Texan. I'm born and raised here, and so for me, it's very, very special and very important to get to tell those stories because they're stories that matter to me because I'm a West Texan, and so to be able to do that and share those stories, it just means so much. And I couldn't have done it without all of the people who sat down for interviews, who sat with me at their lowest moments, and some people who sat with me at their highest moments just to share their stories, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. And you're
with us here in the morning every once in a while here on Wake Up West Texas Extra when you have time, because you're usually out and about going to find different stories. But in the meantime, you've launched a new series called Finding Family. We have, of course, the story, but we'll have that on the website as well, firstalert7.com. But you talked about earlier this morning the photographers behind what's called the Heart Gallery of West Texas. Were you able to go on and see the kids who are looking for the forever family, those who are in the foster care system, something as close to your heart?
Very much so. Bringing back this segment, because it was a segment that we've had for a long time. It went away for a little while, and we brought it back, and it's meant a lot to me to bring it back.
Yes, and we're glad to see it every Sunday on First Alert 7 News at 10. Gladys says congratulations with a lot of emojis in all caps as well. Gladys, thank you very much for commenting as well. But yes, I mean, I can't say that I'm very surprised. You've had an incredible run here at First Alert 7 that continues on.
Oh yeah, continues on.
And
don't worry about
you've recently changed over to the morning show. It's been a different pace, different schedule for you. And also just, other kind of stories we cover here, especially on the morning show.
Very, very fun. Gotten the opportunity to do a lot more live shots and be out in the community very early in the morning, but I'm absolutely loving it.
Speaking of tomorrow, you don't want to miss it on Wake Up West Texas.
Yes, live all morning. Don't forget to tune in. Very exciting. There's your little teaser. Very exciting.
Gotta watch.
I don't know what kind of tease we could give for that.
Just
it's going to be, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a
No horsing around.
There you go.
All right. Well, Lauren, congratulations to you. We appreciate it. And of course, thank you for everything you do. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break for our First Alert 7 news and weather update for our TV viewers. So don't go anywhere. More Wake Up West Texas Extra continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, everyone. Time now is 8:25 on this Monday morning. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy for a check of the forecast. Sawyer, how's it looking outside?
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Happy Monday. It is a touch muggy across the region this morning. Should see those humidity values decreasing as we head through the day. Rain and storm chances do stick around, though, as we head throughout the majority of this week, with temperatures a touch warmer as well. Here's a live look outside of the skies of Fort Stockton this morning. Blue sky, sunshine, and a few clouds out there. Temperatures currently ranging anywhere from the 40s to the 70s. 68 in Midland, 66 here in Odessa. And those winds not too bad, anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We are hanging on to a mixture of blue skies, sunshine, and some cloud cover as well as we do start off the day, but quiet conditions. And temperatures are going to warm nicely with highs into the 80s and even a few 90s as well by this afternoon and evening. 86 for Midland and Odessa, 89 for Pecos, 94 Presidio, and winds through the day anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles per hour with wind gusts anywhere from about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Coming up tonight, here's a look at that severe weather outlook. Isolated strong severe storms will be possible for those areas in dark green. Large hail, strong winds, and even a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. Largest threat does look to be large hail. Coming up tonight, expect those lows into the 40s, 50s, and 60s as we continue into our Tuesday. 63 overnight for Midland, 62 for Odessa. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast where we are going to see highs and conditions overall very similar heading into Tuesday. Some more changes as we head through the week, especially Friday and into our weekend.
Sawyer, thank you very much. We'll begin with the communities of Midland and Ector counties coming together over the weekend for Basin Action Day. This event brings people out to work together to help the Permian Basin become more beautiful. From curbs to crosswalks to county roads, residents and city leaders volunteered their time and got their hands dirty picking up litter. It's an effort that leaders say takes boots on the ground and requires both cities to lend a helping hand.
Unity makes a big difference. You know, in numbers is what makes a difference. So, like I said, Permian Basin, for everybody to come together, it's been a long time since we've seen this, so we're very excited to bring everybody.
It's a great event for civic pride, for civic engagement. This is what it's all about.
The event is part of the Basin Beautification Project, an initiative that will continue because leaders say this is not a one-and-done cleanup. It's a series that requires just a little help from everyone to keep our community clean and safe. Odessa Fire Rescue also held their annual open house on Saturday. Community organizations gathered at Fire Station 6 off of Pembroke near Grandview for people to learn more about the resources available in their community. Residents were offered a chance to step inside and see behind the scenes of the fire station and day-to-day life of a firefighter. The city of Odessa says it's estimated that between 400 and 450 people showed up to the open house. Reliant Energy kicked off National Volunteer Month by presenting Senior Life Midland with a $5,000 donation covering the cost of meals and taking over the kitchen in the process. Along with the big check, Reliant also sent employee volunteers to help prepare and drop off meals to seniors. A large number of seniors in Midland are either homebound or struggle to find access to nutritious foods, but that's where Meals on Wheels from Senior Life Midland comes in, serving those nutritious meals to those who need it most.
It's about reminding our seniors that we care about them, that we remember them, that, you know, not only are we feeding them, but we're reminding them that they matter, and our community steps in and they help us every single day.
Senior Life Midland provides over 500 meals every weekday. Donations and volunteer work like this helps nonprofits expand and reach even further. You can volunteer your time or money by going to seniorlifemidland.org. We'll see you in half an hour. Keep it here on First Alert 7. 8:32 on this Monday morning. Good to have you with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We're keeping up with the comment section this morning, congratulating our very own Lauren Munt for taking home top reporter of 2025 for this division.
She's embarrassed over here.
I know, I keep bringing it up.
She's been embarrassed. She didn't want us to talk about it at all.
It's a big deal, though.
It is a very big deal.
I've seen a handful of those kind of reporters who take those awards in my career, and it's a great honor, especially reporter. So it's a big deal.
We had 5 nominations overall. Lauren was the only one that came out on top and won for our nominations.
Very, very excited. I just love that. I mean, it's nice to see our people being recognized.
It is. It's very nice.
Especially because I get to see the work that is put into a lot of this firsthand. And it's tough work. And
I was gonna say, especially for somebody on our crew, like obviously if it was anybody else, it would still be a great feat.
Absolutely.
But it's somebody that we work with
It's
closely
special.
as
Yes.
well. So it's a little bit more special.
That's true. We get to celebrate even more so. We have the show here for that reason.
Yes.
But as well, like I was saying, I mean, there's a lot of deserving people as well. But this one especially. So very, very congratulations once again. 8:33 though, giant warehouses have been popping up all across the country. What's inside actually could impact not just how much you pay for power, but whether your lights actually even stay on.
Interesting.
Those warehouses are home to data centers that drain huge amounts of energy.
Senior national investigative reporter Josie Sturman discovered that they can be built under a cloak of secrecy, with customers left paying the bills.
When Ari Govani Young bought her house about 45 minutes outside D.C., she was looking for an escape.
We had a beautiful view of a field with trees. A lot of nights you'd see different animals walking through, so it was pretty much our little oasis.
A piece of lush paradise in suburban Virginia that has since been transformed into a concrete jungle.
And when you look at it, what do you think about this place?
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely atrocious.
A cement shadow rising to the sky just 200 feet from her balcony. What she and other neighbors were originally told would be a retail center with restaurants and shops they could walk to was later zoned for and turned into something they can't even stand.
Unfortunately, our community was the guinea pig. We were the test subject to see, can we build a data center this close to a community? And yes, you can.
Data centers are essentially warehouses filled with computer processors, servers, and equipment. They can be used for cloud computing and storage, the machines that make it possible to hold on to your old email and pictures. Lately, they've also become a hub for artificial intelligence. That's the kind of technology that simulates human learning. Things like using ChatGPT to tell you the meaning of life, write you a love song, or track down scientific studies. These data centers are changing our world and our landscape as companies like Amazon, Google, and Meta invest in AI across America.
Data centers are vital to enabling critical and emerging technologies like AI that are essential to U.S. national security, our global competitiveness, and economic prosperity.
The competition is a power struggle, not just to dominate the AI industry globally, but also to provide the energy needed to physically fuel data centers here at home.
I spoke with Microsoft. The Microsoft data centers, not all, but some Microsoft data centers can use as much power as the city of Seattle.
And it's cities and towns nationwide that are dealing with the consequences and concerns attached to these concrete giants. As massive data centers begin a physical takeover of some communities, there's also unease about the pain customers may feel in their pocketbook when it comes to supporting these facilities from Georgia to Nebraska.
The concern here that data centers could put a drain on much needed resources or can impact power and water bills.
They have multiple data centers and they're seeing skyrocketing electric rates.
That to me should be setting off alarm bells.
It's something Tyson Slocum has been warning about.
Big tech wants to see someone else pick up the tab for all this expensive infrastructure, and utilities are happy to accommodate by building the infrastructure and then billing all consumers within the service territory for that infrastructure.
Slocum, an energy expert with the nonprofit consumer advocacy group Public Citizen, testified to Congress in April about the impacts of the rapid expansion of AI data centers nationwide.
When you're asking working families to pay higher electric rates so that more infrastructure can be built to serve billionaire-controlled tech companies, that's a problem.
Although industry leaders say they're committed to paying the full cost of service for the energy they use, experts dispute that. And many people don't even know the behemoths that could impact their power bill are even being built.
I don't understand why that should be a secret, right? If someone wants to come build something, they should be proud and be willing to come at the very first opportunity in front of your community.
But many people are being kept in the dark about the development of data centers in their backyard, with non-disclosure agreements used as the projects get off the ground. Some companies are requiring local governments to keep the details secret until certain water and power deals are locked, and it's happening across the nation. Our national investigative team sent public information requests to dozens of communities in all 50 states, asking for copies of any NDAs signed as part of data center development. We discovered some extend for years, even if nothing is ever approved, and that both parties have to agree not to share information about the project's location or details. One we obtained from Virginia never even mentions the phrase data center, instead referring vaguely only to development. Another in Indiana covered a project that could span as many as 400 acres. And 2 NDAs we got from Texas warn that leaks could lead to legal action, with one setting a 5-year confidentiality period. That's long enough for a project to be planned, approved, and potentially built without full public scrutiny.
We've heard directly from folks that very often, under the terms of the NDA, the big tech companies reach a tentative agreement with local officials, and then the local officials say, okay, now we go to the public. But by then it's a done deal. 99% of all of the details have been negotiated in private between big tech's lawyers and the local officials. And by the time you've got a public hearing, the presentation is, here's the deal that's on the table, take it or leave it.
We asked 6 of the nation's biggest data center companies about the use of NDAs and other issues. Only 2 and a national lobbying group responded. The Data Center Coalition, a trade organization, says NDAs protect company-specific information, details they might be hesitant to share given the competition. And Meta told our team that maintaining confidentiality increases the speed and efficiency of projects, pointing out that sometimes they choose not to move forward, so these agreements keep them from pulling communities through the ups and downs of the process. Still, this development can happen under a veil of secrecy, even though the projects may put a substantial strain on individual customers and the nation's power grid as a whole.
The data centers and the load growth associated with that has just put a heightened sense of urgency into a number of things we've been concerned about anyway.
Jim Robb is the president and CEO of the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, or NERC. That's the regulatory group in charge of ensuring the security and reliability of our power grid, something that's being tested as more and more data centers come online.
It's a very daunting challenge for the country.
A test of grid reliability that has already exposed serious problems. An April presentation to federal regulators obtained by our team highlights 2 major incidents in Virginia. One of them, a near miss last summer, involves 60 data centers that simultaneously dropped off the grid. As a result, a huge amount of electricity on the grid suddenly had nowhere to go. Experts say it's like having a large nuclear power plant come online immediately and unexpectedly, creating a massive energy imbalance that could have led to blackouts.
The close calls are very concerning. If they come off the grid in ways that we don't understand, can't predict, and can't manage, they can introduce oscillations in the grid, instability, which can eventually start to impact people's ability to use power in their homes.
Because what this comes down to is if one of these data centers or multiple data centers go offline suddenly, that's going to have a ripple effect that is going to impact Joe consumer that has absolutely nothing to do with the data center.
It absolutely could, right? And that's one of the reasons we want to make sure that they're well understood, well modeled, and well controlled.
Consumer advocates say that's why there should be more regulation and more tools to respond. Until that happens, the data center industry, utilities, and communities all agree there needs to be more study, more collaboration, and more communication.
A lot of the community didn't even know that this was happening because, again, they send out a mailing or they'll post a little sign, little tiny sign at the front that there's a public hearing coming up, and you're going, okay, cool, whatever, I don't know what this is.
Back in what they call Virginia's Data Center Alley, people like Ari Gavani-Young say developers need to do more to break down the walls of secrecy before they start physically building foundations.
What's your message to anyone who hears that there is the potential for a data center to pop up in their community?
Get your community on board, get to the meetings, be a voice, be an advocate for your community. That's all we can do.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for streaming with us on this Monday, 8:45 this morning. We're wrapping up, getting close to the end of Extra for today. A reminder on what the trivia question is this morning. It is, how do the stitches on a baseball affect it? Better for grip, faster speed, easier for the batter to see, or no effect whatsoever. A lot of people are going for better for grip. We'll see if that is the answer with Sawyer McElroy in 10-ish minutes or so, a little over 10 minutes. And then we have
15.
A little bit about 15. That's true. Our next one is, did you enjoy the rainy weather over the weekend? It was so nice on Saturday. Got a 1/4 inch of rain on Saturday. Significant amount for West Texas standards. The most significant we've seen in a little while.
Yeah, we've seen
at that point.
1/10 of an inch.
Here and there. Trace.
Yeah, like a trace. Nothing to really write home about.
Mm-hmm.
My backyard is already dry, though. It dried up yesterday.
I would notice the second it slowed down, it was already drying up. You could see it soaking in so quickly. It didn't have the effect of it kind of sliding over the dry dirt. It kind of really soaked it in this time. So there was minimal flooding, at least in my yard, like it normally does.
Yeah, because usually if we get like a good rain, there's like standing water, and there really wasn't.
No.
But yeah, and then like yesterday was like completely dry.
It was.
From, like,
it didn't even
maybe
seem like it
one
rained.
like little patch. Yeah.
Other than my allergies were bothering me, knew everything was blooming. Grass was nicely green. Trees were looking nice. So you could tell it was springtime in West Texas afterwards. The petrichor was still in the air. You can definitely smell it for sure. The smell of earth and rain is petrichor. That's the name of the scientific term.
Interesting.
That should have been a trivia question.
Yes. Well, we can do it again another time.
Yeah, we'll let everyone forget about it. Don't think of it.
I probably will. It makes sense, like petrify, like when, like wood and like rocks when they're petrified, petrichor. That makes sense. For the Greek and Latin. Well, it's got to have the same like Greek and Latin roots to it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Suffix.
Are you okay?
A prefix.
Did you say surname?
Yes, you did.
Say surname.
Or prefix. Something like that. It's probably got a Latin root. Would you prefer a bonus of money or extra vacation days? Paid vacation. I should have put that in there. PTO, we're talking. Would you rather have more of those? And I know that can be it's a 50-50 right now, which is quite interesting to me. These results that are coming in with quite a few votes that I can see here behind the scenes. So this is an interesting thing. Something else? No, let us know. I don't know what else it would be. Maybe just a raise in general or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's always nice. But bonus is always good.
We all chose more money.
We like more money. Everyone does. What is your least favorite holiday? We recently did your favorite holiday, now your least favorite. This is certainly not a comprehensive list. You can let us know what other holiday maybe that doesn't hit in your category for whatever reason. Maybe it's, you're single, you don't like Valentine's Day, or whatever reason it may be. The fireworks of 4th of July or New Year's Eve. Those are why those are on my list. Or Halloween. I just don't have any. I've dressed up. I've done the costumes when I was a teenager, especially. But
it's not like my favorite holiday, but it's not my least favorite.
Yeah.
Like
what did
I think
you say
there's.
Was your least? I'm sorry.
I said Valentine. Well, okay, Thanksgiving wasn't an option, but I chose. It's under other, but I chose Valentine's Day.
Okay, just because your birthday.
It's close to my birthday, and I just It's, I mean, we've always done, like, my dad would make us dinner and give us, like Sawyer was saying, he'd give us chocolates and flowers. And I like Valentine's Day. I don't not like it. I don't
hate
it's too close to my birthday.
It's like you don't hate any holiday. You like all holidays, genuinely, because it's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
It's time to celebrate.
Me. Like, this year it was a Saturday. My friend was like, oh, what'd you do? Laundry.
Yeah.
Slept until 10.
No, I mean, I like to go all out. I like to get all the cheesy heart decorations and Valentine's. Like, I like to.
You definitely had us decked out on Valentine's Day.
We know, Lauren, we know.
It's
there was
not
that heart
I
right here and everything.
dislike it. It's not. It's just not. And again, Thanksgiving wasn't an option. But I would probably choose Thanksgiving as my least favorite.
I think
that's like the total opposite of my spectrum. I love Thanksgiving.
I like it
and
mostly.
We did the Black Friday show.
Yeah, I've never been here for one of those. Maybe I should.
It's a blast.
I don't know. Well,
it's
anyway.
a blast.
I'm like a three-way tie between Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve / New Year's Day. Like, especially like New Year's Day. There's no point to New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, at least, yeah, there's like celebrations. New Year's Day is literally just, I guess, the day to be hungover. And then the 4th of July as well. I mean, it's whatever. It's a day.
That's so true. You know what holidays should be on this list and it's not? Is the day after the Super Bowl or the Super Bowl.
It should be.
That should be a holiday.
That's definitely a thing because I can't imagine the numbers of people who call in because this game goes until 9 or 10.
Well, it depends on where it is. So, like, this year, it was in, obviously, California.
Mm-hmm.
So it started a little bit earlier than it usually
Did it?
is.
Okay, I don't think I knew that. I'm unaware.
Yeah, because it started
at... a big football guy.
What, like 5, 6?
I think it started at 7.
I think it started at 7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Maybe their time it's at 5, yeah.
But if it's on the East Coast, I feel like it starts...
Oh, was it on the East Coast?
No, it wasn't this year.
California.
No, it was in California.
West Coast.
But if it's on the East Coast, like let's say like in Florida or whatever, then I feel like it goes later. But maybe not. Maybe the Super Bowl, they kind of try to keep
consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But yeah, I feel like that should be considered as a American holiday.
I feel like there's other holidays that can be like considered like someone's least favorite, like that just don't, like, I don't know. There's like Labor Day, like, you know, you could go in the pool, Memorial Day, like there's just not, they're exciting holidays because
they have different
you
purposes
get the
and
day off,
celebrate different groups.
And they celebrate great things. That's the problem. All holidays celebrate
and they're all important.
Great things and important things, but like sometimes there's just not enough to do.
I guess when we think of favorites of holidays, we associate them with certain memories and times. And so I guess the least amount on this list for us would be, for myself, Halloween and Valentine's Day. Yeah, I have the least amount of memories for those. Don't have a lot of fun with them. So that would be more of what this list is based off. Not so much what you specifically,
Yeah, it's like what you've done and what you. But that's like I like Thanksgiving for the family aspect. I like getting to see.
It's just the food.
But I just don't like any of the Thanksgiving foods.
Interesting stuff.
Well, and even
there.
then they have different food than the normal food, so it's not like you do eat.
Yeah, we don't eat the normal Thanksgiving foods. I don't do that.
I'm hungry now. I want Thanksgiving food.
Do we have another one?
No, that was it.
That's everything. Okay. Well, go to firstalert7.com/vote. Let us know what you think. We're just a couple minutes away from a First Alert 7 news and weather update and the answer to that trivia question about what the stitches on the baseball do to the baseball and in effect its performance or its grip, things like that. Sawyer will let us know what the answer is coming up in a little less than 10 minutes now here on the show. So don't go anywhere. More Wake Up West Texas Extra continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
8:55. Good morning to you. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy for a check of the weather outside this morning. Sawyer, how's it looking?
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Happy Monday. It is a touch muggy this morning. The good news is humidity values should decrease through the day, but rain and storm chances do look to stick around. A touch warmer this week with highs into the 80s and 90s. Here's a live look outside of the skies of Andrews this morning. Blue skies, sunshine, but a little bit hazy out there. That is that humidity that we are seeing, and temperatures ranging anywhere from the 40s to the 70s. 69 in Midland, 66 in Odessa, and 63 in Andrews. Odessa is sitting out about 90% humidity right now. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. And we are starting off the day with quiet conditions, hanging on to a few clouds though. Here's a look at our hourly temperatures as we head through the day. It is going to be a warm one. They are going to warm up into the 80s and 90s, 86 for Midland and Odessa, 89 for Pecos, 94 Presidio. And when through the day, will be a touch breezy, anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles per hour, wind gusts anywhere from about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Isolated strong severe storms will be possible for those areas highlighted in dark green coming up later today. And here's a look at what to expect coming up tonight. Still a touch breezy under partly cloudy skies, lows into the 40s, 50s, and 60s as we continue into our Tuesday. Here's a look at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast, where we are going to see very, very similar conditions coming up tomorrow with a 20% chance of rain and thunderstorms across the region and the threat for some severe weather as well. A couple of cold fronts, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, looking to cool things down as we head into the weekend.
Let's turn now to a crime alert this morning in Odessa, where police are needing your help in finding a suspect involved in a hit and run. Officials say this is the vehicle they're working to track down. It's a Chevrolet Traverse SUV. The hit and run happened on Friday afternoon at around 5:15 in the area of West 23rd and Kermit Highway. Investigators say that the SUV hit a motorcycle, causing the rider to be thrown from the bike. The driver of the SUV took off and was last seen heading northwest on Kermit Highway. If you have any information about where the SUV may be or the driver, reach out to Odessa Crime Stoppers at 333-8477. Tracking crime also in Odessa, where another woman's been arrested in a fentanyl-related death. This was the first time we told you about that on Monday of last week. 40-year-old Nicole Jones here charged with murder for the death of 25-year-old Dayton Lynn. On January 27th, officers found Lynn dead at a home on Eisenhower Road from fentanyl poisoning. This is Jones' second murder charge this year. We previously told you back in February when she was charged with the murder of a 22-year-old man who investigators say also died from fentanyl poisoning. On Monday, we were your first alert when 36-year-old Shelby Elder here was charged with murder for Dayton Lynn's death. Elder told police that she was the, quote, middleman between Jones and Lynn. Investigators say both women are known drug dealers and that Jones gave the fentanyl to Elder, who then sold it to Lynn. Jail records show this morning that Jones is still in the Ector County Jail. However, Elder was released Saturday on a $75,000 bond. In Midland now, a man facing federal firearm charges after he was found with a handgun converted into a fully automatic weapon. The Texas Anti-Gang Center served the warrant on South County Road 1199 near South Garfield. Officials say that 33-year-old Alberto Montelongo had a device on the gun called a Glock switch, which turns the pistol into an automatic weapon, which is against federal law. Montelongo was facing federal firearm charges. Now to your first alert out of Midland, where 6 people were displaced after a pickup truck slammed into a home early Sunday morning. Here's a look at the scene. This is from the Midland Fire Department, saying that they were called to the 3300 block of Whittle Way in Northwest Midland. No injuries were reported, but the Red Cross is now affecting those 6 people. Tune into the news at noon a little bit later on and make it a great Monday.
Well, Matthew Alvarez. Anyway.
Extra trivia. How do the stitches on a baseball affect it? Better for grip, faster speed, easier for batter to see, or no effect at all?
Well,
the question is in the wording here. Better for grip. Not it affects the grip, but better for grip. The answer is...
faster speed.
That is the correct answer. It is actually meant for a faster speed, streamlining the baseball through the air and stabilizing it as well. Good to know on this Monday morning. We had a lot of fun today.
Sure.
We had a good time this morning.
It's a Monday.
With a lot of our people here this morning. We appreciate you commenting and chiming in below on all of these things that we want to discuss today. We're going to have a lot more this entire week, especially tomorrow, right here on Wake Up West Texas. Actually, we have a very special live show coming up tomorrow. We're very excited to give you a sneak peek of something special coming to West Texas. It's a very big event. I wish I could talk more about it, but I'll just tell you there's no horsing around tomorrow on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Or will there be?
I would say there definitely will be because that's how we are, but that's fine.
Have a great day.